All right, so being an empath in network marketing or any business that involves like human relationships can be a strength and a challenge. Or the ability, and it can be someone who just feels deeply. Your ability to understand and connect with people is a gift, but it can also make you vulnerable to emotional exhaustion, negativity, and feeling unappreciated. So here's a couple things to help navigate it. You're going to want to set boundaries without guilt. You're not responsible for fixing everyone's problems. And if someone is rude or unsupportive, remind yourself their reactions about them, not you. So limit how much energy you give people who drain you. It's totally okay to step back. And you need to have hours. You need to have time blocks for business conversations. You cannot be available 24/7. And things may pull on your heartstrings. You've got to practice holding. And it's okay if you end up breaking your boundaries. What you're going to do is you're going to re-engage them. Part of the process. Forgive yourself, move on, tell the person you're sorry you worked outside your hours. These are I'll get back to you when I use this time for work. And just like you would at any job. You're going to protect your energy. So if in a conversation that feels heavy, you take a break before responding. Literally just walk away. Not from the actual person, but if you're on your phone or something. Have a daily grounding practice from prayer, deep breathing, nature walks, maybe journaling, listening to music, worship song or something. Surround yourself with supportive people that refill your energy. If you're trying to work and you're around people who are going to zap you, you're not going to have as much energy for that. You can develop a mindset of detachment. You can care without caring. You can care without caring. And this is going to be very, very crucial. You're going to detach from the outcome. And I used to be like, how can I do that? So here's the deal. You detach by knowing not everyone will understand what you do, and that's okay. Some will say no, some will be rude, and that's about them and not you. So this is where our personal growth is going to come in, of developing and growing ourselves as people and spending the time in personal development, because that's about them, not us. Your job is to share, not convince. You give people the info and then you let them to decide. Having a follow-up system has been so key because it actually frees and takes it off. And I'm not thinking about it all the time. Handle difficult people with grace. If someone is rude, stay calm. Don't engage emotionally and move on. If they're passive aggressive, don't take the bait. Keep it professional. If someone understands you, misunderstands you, clarify once, then let it go. And then go find your people. Have a simple, low emotion system. This is what I was talking about. Simple conversations can be draining, so use scripts and systems to take emotion out of the process. This is going to be key. And you might have to, where you try one system and you realize it's too emotionally engaging. So maybe you adapt it, maybe you change to a different system. The thing is, you can't keep going. You can try multiple systems or ways you're going to schedule things, and then you try it for a week, and then you're going to review at the end of the week and see what worked and what didn't, and then attenuate. Pre-written messages for follow-up, so you're not overthinking. Use ChatGPT. I use it all the time. Sometimes I don't like what chat gives me, and so I make them write me a new one. Or I'll add in my own stuff into it. Or I love it. It literally creates an emotional gap that is very freeing. I'm thinking less because I think all the time because I'm feeling everything. So you set a rule. If someone is negative more than once, they go on my not my people list. Okay? That means if they're negative 2 times, you can just, and this is more for empaths, like other people who can handle this. It doesn't bother them. This does not pertain to them. And remember, you're not for everyone. And we want to be, because we love people so much. But that's okay. Some people, they won't like you. Which, how can you not like me? No, I'm just kidding. Some won't respect your boundaries, and some won't believe in your business. Some won't believe what you're saying in your products. They won't believe in just stuff you say, and that's normal. It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. That's the key piece to take away. And you're going to prioritize yourself first. So your emotional health matters more than making a sale. You don't have to respond instantly to messages, and you take breaks when needed. Your business will still be here. Now, here's the thing of your emotional health matters more than a sale. Our family, our income is 100% this. So it is groceries, like pay for groceries, rent, all the things, or this. So I have to very carefully create a space and a barrier where I can execute the things I need to execute and not let it delay me from doing it. About 90% of the time I get that. I do have a 10% variance, and I'm working on closing that gap on developing mindset work and journaling and counseling and doing different things to help process things faster and move through, especially after trauma. If you've had any trauma and you're trying to reintegrate to your business, or you just have had trauma, something traumatic happen while you're working and building a business as an entrepreneur, you have to process, but it's almost in a different, sometimes faster way. And just know it's a process. So if you continue to do that, that will be very powerful for you being able to move forward and do what you need to do and be a blessing. What I always tell myself is like, you know what, I'm going to find the people who God wants to bless with this, and it will change their lives, and it's going to bless me as well. So how to detach from the outcome in network marketing. So it means you show up sharing and serving without being emotionally tied to whether someone says yes or no. So it's keeping your energy and self-worth separate from people's decisions. So mindset shift is your job versus their choice. Your job is to share, educate, and invite. Not your job is to convince, chase, or take it personally if they say no, or ghost you, or any of that stuff. What do? Share, educate, invite. Share, educate, invite. And you just repeat that cycle. Instead of thinking, I need them to say yes so I can grow my business, you're going to shift to, I'm offering something valuable. It's up to them to decide. And that's very empowering to them because when they do, they have to take ownership of their own health journey. You know what I mean? So how to practically detach. You're going to set mental expectations. Expect most people to say no, or just not right now. You're going to celebrate the process, not just the results. If you reached out, you did your part. Okay. That's part you can celebrate of like, I reached out, I shared, educated, and invited, and I loved people well. Whoop, done. You're going to use a sort and not sell mentality. So your job is to sort through people, not convince them. If they're not interested, put them in, the follow-up once a month, 2-3 months. And then just keep going. The right people will come, and you're going to create an emotional buffer. So after sending a message, don't sit and wait for a reply. You're going to move on to something else, or just keep sending other message to other people. In that time, let me tell you, when I time block, if someone replies to my new messages or something, I do not reply back. I don't. I wait for my time I've set for my follow-ups, and then I'll reply back to them. It just helps me keep an emotional buffer. If someone goes to you, assume they're busy. Just everyone's crazy busy. I have so many, doing this for 7 years, people are like, oh my gosh, I totally meant to text you back. I saw all your messages. Thank you so much for just continuing. I appreciate it when someone's patient with me when I forget things or don't follow through. So they're not rejecting you personally. They're just busy. So reframe a no or no response. No means not right now. It's not never. It's not right now. People who ignore you, they will come back later. Or might come back later, most likely. And every no gets you closer to a yes. So when someone ghosts you, let's say casual check-in. Hey, I just wanted to follow up in case my message got lost. No pressure, just want to check in. Or I know life gets busy. If now's not the right time, no worries. I'm always here if you need me. And then just move on. If someone's rude or dismissive, I totally respect. This isn't for you. Wishing you all the best. So you don't match their energy. You keep it professional and detached. Move on. You are a professional at this, and that's the key piece. And so there's a bunch of different, you can use ChatGPT to get different responses. But listen, just set the expectations, hold yourself. If you have circumstances that are impacting your ability to hold or set schedules, give yourself grace, and you just keep going and moving forward. The important part is understanding for a feeler or an empath, well, actually, most everyone, the work happens in between here. But someone who feels like they feel first, think later, and a lot of people think first, feel later. And so just becoming aware of yourself and knowing that you can be extremely successful at this business. You can do it. You can jump back in. You can have where life hits you, you take a break, you jump back in and you go, and you are able to be extremely successful in this because you are growing and moving forward and not letting anything stop you, not slow you down. Being slowed down, it is what it is. It's okay. But we're moving forward and we're moving on. It's like, let me give you a picture. You want to get out into the ocean. You're at the beach and you're like, it's hot. I want to get out into the ocean. The waves are coming in and, you're like, oh man, that's going to take a lot of work to get through the waves. So the waves, what happened? They knock you back. They're literally trying to force you back onto the sand. So it takes extra, you got to figure out how to get through the waves. It just takes a little extra work to get to it. And then guess what? You get through the waves and you're out floating in the ocean. You're having a good time. You're feeling cooled, relaxed. It's like your favorite, let's pretend it's your favorite place to be. You've gotten to your favorite place to be. And then you go back, you sit down, and sometimes you have to navigate that process again, depending on what the ocean is giving you. Sometimes it's going to be super easy, calm, going to slide right in. Sometimes there's maybe a storm surge. Not saying go in the ocean during a storm surge, but you got to do a little more high tide or different things like that. But it require a little more thought, intentionality, but you can do it and you can be extremely successful. Let me tell you, I'm a living example of life trying to knock you down and out. The enemy not liking what you're doing and still going and keeping through. And listen, when there's resistance, that means there's something on the other side. That means there's something worth it on the other side. Our brain perceives resistance as something that you should avoid, and it actually means there's something good on the other side. We just have to figure it out and how to navigate it. All right. Have a blessed day.